And welcome everyone. I just decided that we're gonna do a few quick things. By the way, if you haven't gotten this channel to 1,000, get it to 1,000 right now on every platform that you can find. And I just decided let's just take a look while I'm just busy here. Oh, let me just say, oh dear, wait, there was all caps. Just give me a moment, everyone. Okay, I'll just leave it there. This whole thing is about Lefties losing it. It is from Australia, but let's take a watch. I haven't watched this video before. I swear I haven't watched it.
It's time for Lefties losing it, and sadly, it's abundantly clear that the deplorable left has hit rock bottom and started digging. These soulless schools are now using the deaths of more than 100 Texans, using the deaths of young girls in a freak flash flood to, you guessed it, attack Donald Trump.
Okay, I didn't understand why they're attacking Donald Trump. I have to say that flash floods in Texas is pretty hectic, and I do feel for everybody that is experiencing these floods. Uh, Obviously, Texas is not the only place getting battered right now. I don't know how they'd even get to Texas in any case. You really look that up.
And they're willing to lie to do it. It's reprehensible, it's contemptible, and it's sadly all too predictable.
Wait, so basically, are people just blaming anything on Trump? So basically, if the sky turns green, they're gonna say, it's Trump. Because Trump is in power, that's why.
Here is Rosie O'Donnell.
The Guadalupe River.
The what?
51 missing, 51 dead, more missing. Children at a camp. And you know, when the president guts all of the early warning systems and the weathering forecast abilities of the government, these are the results that we're going to start to see on a daily basis because he's put this country in so much danger.
I mean, that's actually quite stupid. You can't really say that. Early warning signs? I don't know what early warning signs they were, but that those kids that are on the camp, we can't really blame the president for that. I mean, think about it. The kids went on the camp, so the parents would have known about it, right? If there were early warning signs, the parents should have known about the weather that's happening. You can't blame him for that. Sadly, you would actually have to blame the parents and those who organized the camp, because I mean, if they knew, if there were signs and they knew about it, they would have cancelled everything. It's impossible to blame somebody for something that wasn't in their control. You can't even really blame the parents because they didn't know about it. Who knows how long those kids were actually on the camp? You can't really blame the parents for not looking at the weather, and you can't blame those that organized the camp unless they actually knew about things. Okay? But the fact that the kids are missing, you kind of have to wonder why weren't they taken out of the area yet. But I guess we're not really going to get in any of those answers anytime. Apart from this lady blaming the weather on Trump.
By his horrible, horrible decisions and this ridiculously immoral bill that he just signed into law.
It is because of the bill. If that bill was not signed, it would not have rained. Or something, basically. There wouldn't be no water. If you didn't pick up that, if you walked on the right side of the road, who knows what could have happened. That is how bad you are. If you kept on walking on the left side, everything would have been fine. But you decided to walk on the right side. Now look at the world. That's basically what she's saying.
As Republicans cheered. As Republicans cheered. People will die as a result, and they've started already.
Because it's stupid. The reason why that movie flopped is because you failed to buy popcorn. I'm sorry.
Shame on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Shame on every
Shame
GOP
on you.
sycophant who's listening and following the disastrous decisions
Yes.
of this mentally incapacitated POTUS.
Exactly. Because if it wasn't for that, the floods wouldn't have happened.
No, shame on you, you broken, sick fiend, using the deaths of innocent young children in a natural disaster to go after Trump. It's a new low for Rosie, and that's saying something.
I think
'cause,
Rosie's been
she's
lower.
stood pretty low in the past. This verifiable lie that the National Weather Service was understaffed due to staff cuts is utter baloney. Indeed, the local office in Texas was overstaffed at the time. It did issue multiple warnings.
Well, you know what? Then it's because there were too many people. Too many people. Nobody looking at the right direction.
But tragically, it wasn't enough. But Rosie's not alone. There are sadly quite a few on the left trying to weaponise this tragedy to attack Donald Trump. And there are even some celebrating this catastrophic loss of life, including the loss of children's lives, young girls on a camping holiday. And why? Because Texas is a red state and the victims are mainly white. Here is a former appointee to a Houston City Board, appointed by the Democratic Mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner. Here is Sade Perkins being...
Man, she really has a fantastic accent. I mean, she's Australian, but wow.
a contemptible, racist scrote.
Camp Mystic is a whites-only girls' Christian camp. They don't even have a token.
I swear they looked like there was about to be a brown one. Let's just go back on that.
It's only girls' Christian camp.
Right there. Oh, ooh, if she's very quick. She's very quick. I swear there was a color there.
They don't even have a token Asian. They don't have a token black person. It is a all white only conservative Christian camp. If you ain't white, you ain't right, you ain't getting in, you ain't going. Period.
That doesn't say that on the website.
And I think that
there's a black one. Isn't that a black chick? Isn't that an African chick?
Context needs to be said in this matter. Before y'all come at me, before y'all start leaving hate comments on my page about, oh, these are just kids and they don't know no better.
But they're
the
just
parents
children
of these children who are choosing, and it is a choice in 2025, it is definitely a freaking choice to go into East goddamn Texas and to make a all-white enclave.
But what if the entire town is all white? That's the thing.
Of course, she's lying. This is not a whites-only camp, but she feels emboldened to post that callous trash because there's been
So it's not a white-only camp.
very little accountability for race baiters in the US in recent years, well, until very recently. This character then went on to compare these young girls dying in a flash flood to illegal immigrants being deported.
They want you to have sympathy for these people. They want you to get out of your bed and to come out of your home.
Who is she talking about?
And to go find these people and to donate your money to go find these.
So she's talking about the children? So she doesn't want to find the children?
People. Meanwhile, they are deporting your family.
Family
members. Meanwhile, they're setting up concentration camps and prisons for your family members. And
that's stupid. You know what? They want you to go find these people because these people are missing and there's dangers and there's floods. Meanwhile, they picking up. You just do it, man. It doesn't matter. So because somebody is doing something bad to me, I gotta do something bad to them or not help in searching for innocent young girls who are missing in the flood. Because the government is doing bad things to me, I shouldn't help at all. You know what? You don't even get my tax. Man, it just sounds like this really... I have no words for this. I don't even want to comment on this because it's kind of like dumb. Okay, look, I understand. You know, if somebody does something bad to you, the human nature with revenge is to do something bad to them. But who says your family is really being targeted by ICE if you were a full-fledged American? And who says just because these girls are missing that you shouldn't do anything? I mean, if you don't want to do anything, it is your choice. But I mean, if it was your kids out there, what would you do? I'm sure if I was a parent and my kids were missing out there and I knew that there were more kids, I wouldn't just be searching for my kids, but I would be praying that I come across them first. That's the thing.
I need y'all to keep that in mind before y'all get out there and put on your rain boots and go find these little girls.
Honestly, I'm lost for words. How anybody could be that awful is,
Yeah.
well, almost beyond belief. There are still little girls lost. There are still
Yeah.
bodies that have not been identified.
Oh dear.
And that's the message from a Democrat-appointed Houston City Board member.
Who refused to go search for those little girls. Because apparently her full-fledged American ass was being chased down by ICE.
And she was in that position up until this year. Now, do you think she reconsidered her comments after further thought?
I
No.
doubt it. I
She
doubt it.
doubled down, and now she's playing the victim.
Oh no.
I don't understand all this, extraordinary hate or whatever. Like, I get that white people are not used to people telling them and calling them out on the racism and telling them about their double standards and how you wouldn't give a damn about other children and how there's children in ICE detention right now who y'all don't give two about. There's no prayers going up for them. But we're supposed to stop the world.
That's basically what she sounds like. And we're supposed to stop the world. And then
Stop everything we're doing to go and hunt for these little missing white girls. Again, I actually have empathy, so I can put myself in other people's shoes and understand that that's pretty
I don't think she's got empathy, or she can't put herself in other people's shoes. She just said don't put on your rain boots in that other video, so damn. Now she's getting backlash for what she said. Well, you know what? Like Asmongold says, you get what you fucking deserve.
But it seems like y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't have the empathy gene.
The empathy gene?
For sure.
Yes, you're the one with empathy. I mean, really. She thinks she's got the empathy gene. And here's another soulless school
Apparently this is a selective gene.
saying she's okay with little girls dying because
What?
she voted the right way. She voted for the Democrats.
Them little girls,
I don't understand. That's kind of weird.
them people died because of racism, not politics. Boom, I said it. I don't give a f.
Huh?
And I said,
Whoa. The same girls as in the flood? How did they die of racism? It's a flood.
no. No. Because more YT people will have to DIE in order for the what? CARE.
What? Sorry, I actually just that that was an actual surprise. I didn't know she was spelling it out. So more people of that certain perspective of the spectrum need to pass on for people to care. Really? Damn, that is shallow. That is shallow. She's got freaking diamonds in her cheek. That's an idiot. An idiot does that. Oh man, that is actually bad. How could you say that? But if it was your kids, what would you really do? If it was her children, what would she do? This is where I actually want to bring a few things that I've read, like verses that I've read. And I don't want to speak out of context, but that is not a wise person, and I don't think she should be allowed to be on social media, especially if there's other children, other people who might be just as NPC as her, listening to her and agreeing with her.
I said what the f. I said. I don't give a f, and minds are here with me.
Whose minds? Clearly not her mind.
We voted the correct way. You reap.
But I don't understand. If this is still about the flood, how does that have to do anything with politics? It's literally the weather, and it's literally an uncontrolled issue that happened. It's an uncontrolled phenomenon. You can't really control the weather. If America could control the weather, there wouldn't be typhoons and hurricanes. Okay, stop talking about like cloud seeding. There wouldn't be these kinds of things if they could really control the weather.
What the f you sow? Just the night before the flash flood happened, y'all were okay with being stripped away from their families. And
Yeah, but that has got to do with immigration and illegal immigration, and not to mention immigrants who are illegal and have committed crimes. I'm living in South Africa, and even I know that. I'm okay with it. Because literally in my own country, there are people here who are illegal. Trust me, it's a big issue, just like it is in America. And yes, there are those that have committed crimes. I mean, I don't know how many, but if you come in here illegal, you don't have a job, you don't have papers, you're not really registered. So how are you getting by? And in order to get by, you would be doing most likely crimes, in order to get by and make money. Which means, like, why should you even be here? You should be deported. But why are there people in this state who are blaming the president and ICE and saying this flash flood is what they deserve? That's just like saying, using anything that happens and then just saying it's because of this, and then kind of feeling good about it because you want to be right. But you're not being right, you're not even being sentimental or anything. You're not even showing any care, you're just showing a lot of hate, which is really bad.
Never seeing them again. People being deported. Y'all were okay with that.
Yeah, because that's, like I mentioned now, it's illegal immigration. And it's and it's immigrants with crime. With, with a track record of criminal activity. This is a flash flood. This is not in a person's control.
Be okay with not finding Sarah Lou. Be okay with not finding Billy. Be okay with never seeing them again.
And here
Damn, that actually is totally horrible, to be honest. That is shallow.
there is another lowlife saying that if these Texans voted for Kamala, then the kids would be alive.
It's a hard pill to swallow, huh? The fact that if you would have just voted for Kamala, that those kids in Texas and all those families in the RVs would more than likely still be alive. But
This sounds like here in South Africa we have a to everybody out there who is not South African, we have a certain notation, we have a certain slang for what this is. When people are just using any horrible situation, right, to get back at you, and they saying, yeah, well, it like, you eating a packet of chips, right, and all of a sudden you choke on and then somebody like your ex from down the road sees you coughing and says, yeah, that's what you get for what, we call that hartseer. That basically means, in English, it would be, the hartseer, like you a really sore person. These are sore people. These are really hurt people. They hurt because they lost. Basically, that's what hartseer means. You hurt because of what happened. Now you want to blame everything on that person. That kind of like, got the one up on you. You're like, you hurt because of what somebody has done, and if anything bad happens, you blame it on them. Yeah, it's because of him. Basically, these are hartseer. These means hartseer. These are hurt people. Seriously, man. These people that voted for the left, whew, you guys are hurt.
and instead you just made fun of her laugh while people were screaming at you that if he was voted in, people were gonna die.
Man, dude, like, do statistics in your entire country and see how many people pass away every day. So whether it was a different government, it would have been the same thing. This flood would still have happened.
And look where we are. A bunch of parents who can't protect their own kids.
Parents who can't protect their own kids. You actually said that. How can you adequately describe such ugliness, such utter depravity? And talking about depravity, it doesn't get much worse than this. Have a look at this post from a paediatrician in Houston, a woman trusted with the health of young children, who wrote this: may all visitors, children, non-MAGA voters and pets be safe and dry. Kerr County MAGA voted to gut FEMA. They deny climate change. May they get what they voted for.
Deny climate change.
Just disgusting stuff there. But Dr. Christina B. Probst won't be practicing in Houston anymore, not at the Houston Heights clinic she was at anymore. She's been fired. Now, she should be struck off as a doctor, if you ask me.
Ah, come on, don't go so far. I mean, revenge is sweet, but don't make it like petty, She's been taught a valuable lesson now. Shut your mouth, But don't take a doctorate away. She really did work for that.
She should check herself into a clinic, one with a padded room preferably. And if you want to know where this hate comes from, where this disinformation about the National Weather Service and the politicisation of a natural disaster come from, then look no further than the leftist media led by CNN.
Oh my gosh, it's the fake news. Trump was right. Oh my god, it's the fake news. CNN. I don't even know what CNN stands for. Central News Network? I can't come up with a joke now for that. Too bad. I'm sorry.
The president's mega bill, which he just signed into law,
has caused this entire vegetation being dismantled by the flood. If the bill was not signed, the weather would not have done this.
makes cuts and even closes some weather research labs.
The Austin San Antonio office is missing a warning coordination meteorologist due to the Trump administration's buyouts.
And I'm going to have a lot more on that, the fake news narratives pushed by CNN, ABC, MSNBC and others tomorrow night. But let's now have a look at the inept mayor of LA, the hopelessly incompetent Karen Bass, trying to stop ICE agents doing their job.
My comment is they need to leave, and they need to leave.
Man, she looks like the Joker with those glasses, that lipstick, and that teeth. You know, they need to leave. She's smiling the whole time. I swear. She's got a Harley Quinn somewhere.
Right now, they need to leave because this is unacceptable.
Who did you speak with? Mayor Bass.
Well, cameraman, you are totally zooming in on the. I mean, she's not even that age where we are basically where we want to look. Okay, you need to back off right now.
Who did you speak with on the phone?
Cameraman's not listening to me.
Who did you speak with on the phone?
Ah, jeez, cameraman, you gotta point up.
Wow.
They'll be leaving soon, she said. And she also said there that she was talking to the Border Patrol Chief. Guess what he told her? As reported by Bill Malugin, Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino had this to say: I don't work for Karen Bass. Better get used to us now, because this is going to be normal very soon. We will go.
That is true. I like that. That's sticking up to your guns. You've been assigned by the president and those who are underneath him, obviously. So if the mayor is like, we don't want you, like, talk to the guy that's right, like higher than you, who said I must come here. Talk to that guy.
Go anywhere, anytime we want to in Los Angeles. Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Gator. Now, Kosha, we will get to the latest round of tariffs announced by the Trump administration and what Australia can expect shortly. But first, Democrat mayors like Karen Bass and some of the governors are talking tough, but what can they do to stop the deportation program?
Their power is diminishing. It's not gone, and they will fight this till the bitter end.
Yeah, as long as they've got power, they will fight.
We can be sure of that, but it is definitely diminishing because of 3 or 4 things that have now all come to bear, and they're all having a confluence. One is the executive orders that Trump issued. Day one, it's a national emergency, and he's focusing on the border, what he ran on and won on. 2 is the SCOTUS rulings, and especially the one that just came down. It's limiting these activist judges from issuing nationwide injunctions. They have to curtail the scope of these orders to just the harmed plaintiff in that case. So that's helpful. 3rd is a big, beautiful bill. It hasn't been signed yet, but soon, which is expanding the funding for ICE. So now they are very well staffed to go in there against the likes of Karen Bass and others and to physically,
I know it's sad that, these guys who are trying to basically siphon the United States has to deal with politics. Because apparently, it's so funny. The president has decided that this happens and says this is a go. And all the mayors and the other politicians just say no. I mean, where do they get the right to go up against what the president says? I know if you're with the Democrats and if you're with the Republicans, but where do you have the point where you as a mayor, just because you're a Democrat, right, and you're a Democratical mayor, you have the right to tell these guys to leave who have been ordered by the president? Somewhere down the line, I mean, even in this country, you need to kneel down to the president and obey the law that has been put down, not fight against it. Like, it's so weird that these guys are being so tough with guys doing their job and say, but I'm doing my job. No, your job is to follow what the president says, and when it comes to voting for your party, you do that. That's the only thing you got.
Have enough capacity to do that. And then the fourth is actually legal offensive that the Trump administration is waging. They're suing LA and Karen Bass as well. I don't know where those cases will land, but that also is putting more offensive pressure on them. So I think they're feeling the heat in a way that they have not felt for 50 years. And the momentum is definitely on the side of ICE and Trump.
And it's the optics of this is just terrible, I think, for the Democrats to have the mayor trying to stop
the mayor
essentially law enforcement from doing its job when the Trump administration, whatever side of politics you fall on.
Hey, I think she's actually going to talk about what I just mentioned earlier.
It has a clear mandate to do precisely this. This isn't a surprise. They campaigned on this and they have a clear mandate to execute these policies.
It's been absolutely the issue that really put Trump into the political arena as successfully as it did. This is a signature issue along with trade. But they don't seem to have gotten the memo because before that, 20 years ago or so, the other side was still winning, where they were saying, it's heartless and let's not separate families and all that stuff. But things have gotten so bad and it's so outrageous when you have 30, 40, even 50 million by some accounts illegals in the country that public opinion has completely shifted in favor of this. But she's still behind.
This is it, and the public opinion has shifted amongst legal
She's so far behind.
Migrants, which is one of the more fascinating polling numbers showing that the majority of legal migrants back these immigration policies. Now to an issue that is causing great debate.
Oh, here we go. This is actually what I want to talk about. It is the Jeffrey Epstein cases. Here we go. This is the evidence of Jeffrey being murdered. Okay, let's go.
Amongst the right, the Justice Department and the FBI have concluded they have no evidence that convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was murdered or that he had a client list. They have released video
That's an all-out lie, and you know it. There's just basically so many higher-ups there. We're talking about the elite. Those who took the 2 trillion. Remember that 2 trillion? That's a conspiracy. But anyway, there's too many powerful people and more powerful people than the president himself. And they will not allow to be called out. But I swear, dude, I say, Ghislaine Maxwell, you gotta have a firecracker with you there somewhere.
if you ask me, raises more questions than it answers. The video is missing a full minute kosher. And frankly, few people are buying the claim that there were no powerful men who were benefiting from Epstein's activities.
Please.
This one, I think, is surprising a lot of people. I like Pam Bondi, so it's not to point the finger at her, but she hasn't helped in this, where she came out on camera a month ago and did this whole thing with right-leaning influencers were invited to the White House and they were given these binders, which was stuff we all knew. And then she says, no, I'm just reviewing other documents that are coming out.
But there was literally a binder and it said, they were like saying Epstein, when they lifted up, like, Epstein, this is Epstein. I got Epstein's files. I got Epstein's video tapes. I got like over 200 video tapes. I'm watching that too. I can't believe they're watching those tapes. It's got to be horrible.
And they haven't, and even people
She said she had the list on her desk at one point.
Right, so she's on camera saying this, and then this is very anticlimactic. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, these are figures that are very popular on the right. They're all backing this up.
Yeah.
So in a void of information, which is what it is, it will lead to conspiracy theories, which may have truth to them, may not have truth to them, but it's all out there now in the zeitgeist where people just don't believe that any of these things are true, and there's all sorts of things swirling, and we'll see if this is corrected, if Trump can do anything with it.
We know.
Does Trump really want to do anything with it? I'm afraid he's got his plate full, to be honest. He's had to fight with Israel against Iran, against everybody saying, don't do this, don't do this. He had to send out those planes. It's being a super hectic year for him. But he had to do that, and he had to basically just bite the bullet, and came back with the win. And then obviously Israel didn't stop, and he was more pissed. And now it's the Epstein files again. Then the floods are coming. Everybody's fighting with ICE. Oh man, I must say America is going through a massive change right now, and a lot of people don't like it. at all. But then again, when it comes to the Epstein files, this case has to be closed. It has to be finished. Justice needs to be served, and answers, the questions need to be answered truthfully. Okay? And once again, I'm saying, Ghislaine, Miss Maxwell, I know you got a firecracker there somewhere, and we're waiting for you to let it go.
Powerful men were on that so-called Lolita
I mean, we all know about the prince from the United Kingdom.
Express. We know a number of them made repeated trips.
We know about celebrities that were there, like the president, Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, and then there is now President Donald Trump, and then there's a lot of other famous people. For example, that physicist, what is his name? That guy that was going, touch me, and did it hurt me? You know, that guy. What's his name? I don't know his name. But yeah, even him. There was a lot of other people there, and not to mention the people that worked on the island, that even gave us the personal testimonies of what they saw.
Trips. We know Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, why is Maxwell in prison if there is no client list? Who was she
That's the other thing. Why is she even there if there's no client list?
trafficking these girls to? Because she's in prison for trafficking.
Right.
There are so many questions, and the missing minute out of this video, no clear explanation on why that is the case. And there was so much time for people within the FBI or the Justice Department to destroy evidence. And I think, again, that gives weight to people who've got conspiracy theories about what really happened.
Yep. Have they destroyed evidence? Is there incompetence where some other agency maybe has the evidence? Who knows? Is it that the people on this alleged list are so powerful globally that they really do wield a lot of pressure, and that pressure somehow has been brought to bear? Maybe some of the good guys have skeletons in their closet that they're being threatened will come out if they do this. Who knows? We can come up with things, but this is not helpful, because a lot of people had a lot of hope on transparency and declassification in this administration, and it is better than past administrations, but this is a big one, and it stinks to high heavens.
Absolutely. I don't think that
It really
concludes
does.
the
It really
case
does.
yet. Now, to an issue...
That is hectic. We will definitely get down to the nitty-gritty of those Epstein files, and we will have the Epstein files. I will have it here on my desk. I will have it here, and I'll read it out to you. If I have the videos, I will play the videos. But nonetheless, I'm out.